What type of work do I make? It's going to vary day to day, depending on one, who's hiring me, or if I'm working for myself. I'm a Seattle-based glass artist, currently working off of Vashon Island. And what we do here, we make blown glass work for a variety of clients. Hello and welcome. Come on in. This is the studio I share on Vashon Island. And we're going to show you some of the pieces I'm currently working on for Tiffany Co. What I've been doing mostly recently is I've been hired by Tiffany Company. And so what I've been tasked with is working closely with the creative director. And we go through and we're leaning heavily into the history of Tiffany glass. And I have a lot of books that I research and I pick from there and I kind of smash them together into this new thing that has never been done before by Tiffany. And over here is my team that won't shut up. Hey, Buckheimer. Edgar Valentine. One of the best things about glassmaking is the community and also picking your team. And they kind of pick you too. So the first thing we start doing to start off the process is we're going to heat up some of this color bar. And we're going to put that on the blowpipe first. So how I got started in glassmaking, I originally went to school at RIT in Rochester, New York, and I was studying industrial design. I had a friend that was actually in the glass program, and she took me to visit the glass blowing studio. And once I saw that, I was hooked. I knew that that is what I wanted to do. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is add a layer of this vanilla color. We're gonna wrap this thing on here. I come over like this, the bubble's gonna be right there, and we're gonna spiral this on. It's gonna look really cool. This was my first job in Seattle. I started working for Dale Chihuly. I think I was 21. And I was working at a shop in New Orleans. And when I was ready to leave there, I basically called one of the glassmakers that I had met working down there. Basically just begged and harassed him until I got a job on the small chandelier team with Dale Chihuly. And I only worked on weekends and continue up the ladder there at Dale's. So I've got these horizontal lines right now. So what I want to do is grab at the bottom. Just gonna pull it all up. One of the biggest life-changing events for me was realizing that anytime on the Chihuly team we worked with these Italians, the work was just at another level. And once I realized that was happening, I decided I wanted to move to Italy and work with these masters. I think that almost year that I spent there working with them, it totally changed my relationship with the material. I handled it so much differently. And people noticed when I got back. You know, they were like kind of stunned. Even though it was only a year, it changed everything. Why did I move from Seattle to Vashon? I think, like a lot of us are seeing this in Seattle, there was a cultural ecosystem that I used to thrive in, especially in Georgetown, which was this dirty little neighborhood. Couldn't swing a dead cat without hitting an artist. The flavor of the community that created these artists and these great works, and the rents were just getting doubled. So I talked to my friend Brian out on Vashon, and I said, you know, I don't want a community presence anymore. I just want to quietly work away in a small space that I could turn off and on as I have projects. And so what we did, we hybridized my studio with his studio, and now we cohabitate in his space. All right, so I got a nice surface heat on there. That way it won't crack when we spray it with a room temperature liquid. And you watch in here, so you're gonna watch it change all kinds of colors. Go ahead. You know, a lot of us artists will call ourselves storytellers, and I think I'm good at that. And I think that, you know, when you see these characters that I make, whether I'm spoon-feeding you a narrative for that story, you are gonna have enough bits and pieces there to create a story for yourself. You know, my work is just like the point of departure. Where you land is kind of up to you. How's that?
Catch Art Zone Friday nights at 8 and anytime online at seattle.gov/artzone.